See, it's a very old hope chest. And when your grandma Stevens, Laura Rockwood Stevens, when her sister Angela passed away, when we were in Huntington Park, when she was in Huntington Park, after her mission, this was at Angie's hope chest.
I had no idea.
And Grandma let me have it, because I didn't have one. Okay. Okay, so I'll take it out so that you can see what we have. Okay. So maybe I should open it up more. This quilt is all hand stitched. Everything is hand stitched. And oh, what's the name of this kind of a quilt? It's a famous pattern. I don't remember what the famous pattern is. But what's it called? Windows or something. But Mom started making this shortly after.
This is your mom, right?
Yeah. Annie. My mom, Annie Helm. When we moved her from Inglewood up to Ojai, this is one of her first projects that she worked on. She always wanted to make this kind of a quilt, so after she retired and found some peace away from the apartments that she had to manage, this is all pieced and hand stitched, and she entered it into the Ventura County Fair and was given a little recognition for it. Okay.
Okay.
And this quilt was made by your grandma, Laura Rockwood Stevens, for your dad and his scouting stuff. And I'm sure you remember this. And it has all of his patches on it. I have more to add to it, but I never did, and I'm not sure where those patches are. But it's the National Jamboree. It was because of his National Jamboree, and at Valley Forge, and it's 1957, and that was like just a couple. Dallas was like, he was born June 21st, and Grandpa left July 3rd to go to this. He left me with a very little baby, and took off to go to his National Jamboree. But at least he had a boy. He could say that he was now a scoutmaster and had a boy. And this, those are the names of boys in the troop.
There's Tom Anfinson.
Oh, yeah. There's Tommy. And those were boys from his Jamboree troop, I guess. I know. Some of them were in his own troop, but not all. Roger Dupay was. I know Gene Bigler was. And Bob Bigler, and all...
Alex McCossup.
I don't know I don't know all the boys' names in his troop, but here's another one that has all the boys' names on it. Huntington Park, California, Troop 408. Jerry Riley, he passed away in a bad accident in Hawaii after we glued his leg back on after a scouting accident.
So he died after the scouting accident? Or
Yeah,
not?
he was over there going to college.
Oh, so it was not the scouting accident that killed him.
No, 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 he was in a little VW and was hit broadside. It wasn't even his fault, you know. I think it was some drunk. And that was a sad thing. And Suzanne Riley, whatever what her her married name is, but she's where we rent her the house of Riley in Catalina. I wanted to go this year, but I couldn't. And I had the reservations all made.
Well,
I'm mad about that. No. Dallas said we can go next year. He booked it. So we're still have a connection with the
I
Riley.
remember this yellow quilt, but I don't know why I remember it.
Well, I'll tell you why you remember it. I've used it. And I didn't want to destroy it. So your grandma Stevens always gave a quilt to her kids, I guess. And so one day I was sitting on the house and on San Miguel on the couch, and Grandma and Grandpa came over, and I don't know. So when we moved there, I had 4 babies, you down to Dallas, and I was sitting on the
That
couch.
would be Carl, Mom.
And
4.
Carl. Oh, 4. Yeah, you're right. So anyway, it was I guess after work when Grandpa and Grandma came over, and she threw this at me. She said, "Here's your quilt." And the Relief Society had made it. And I love this quilt because I love the colors, and so I used it all the time on your beds and things, and it's worn and needs to be repaired, and I never got around to doing that, so I just folded it up and kept it like it is. It's handmade by the Relief Society in Huntington Park Ward.
It's amazing. I could never figure out how to do these small stitches.
Okay, so this is a treasure now from Mama's sister, who loves to make Afghans for everybody. So this is an Afghan made by Mom's baby sister, Aunt Dorothy Widman, and Walton. And Aunt Dot passed away a couple years ago, and she was the last of the family of Mama's. And she gave me this one time when I'd go down. I'd take Mom down to visit Aunt Dot and her brother, Uncle George, and we would visit with Aunt Dot, and she would be sitting in her chair, crocheting an Afghan, for sure. And also she liked to crochet doilies, and she gave me this too. This doily is made by Aunt Dot too. So I'll have a little piece of Aunt Dot here. And she's a great lady. Love my Aunt Dot. Okay. I don't know what this is. These are leftover curtains from our trip. I mean, you know, we cut the Holland curtains. These are the Holland curtains from my trip to Germany with Grandma and your dad. And
the one up there with all that.
This, well, from that trip that we took to Germany and all, my mom wanted to, main reason we went was to go visit the Widman family in the old country in Romania. So I bought this. It's not, it's not a big deal. I mean, but it is a big deal. I mean, this was made in Romania, in Mediaș is where I bought it, in that little town square, I think, in Mediaș, Romania. One of the little things that I was able to acquire while the soldiers stood guard over you in these little shops, because it was behind the Iron Curtain at the time. And they didn't know what freedom was. Maybe you could pull back that corner so you can see that the other side is a little bit reversed in the color. But, so this is from the old country, as Grandma and Grandpa would call it. We come from the old country of Romania, Transylvania, the house of Dracula. These are the other part of the curtains. I cut them to fit our windows, and so that's that. Oh, Debbie. This is a shame, because these are too precious to ever use. So someday maybe you'll figure out a way to display them and put them in shadow boxes or something. This is handwork from my Grandma Helm.
Would that be Chloe Melinda?
That would be Chloe Melinda
MacArthur
Helm. And she was a master craftsman of handwork. And they were so precious to me. She would make these all year long. She would make these things. And then she would have a bazaar her own bazaar around December, around the 1st of December. And all the family, because Grandma was a widow, all the family would come and buy her pretties for Christmas and stuff. And these were so pretty, I just couldn't use them on my kids or me. So these are I would love to have them displayed, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to give it justice. I suppose take pictures of them or something and display them. But they're precious to me, and I just couldn't, These are like wedding gifts from my wedding. They bought them at Grandma's Bazaar, and then I got Mom, I guess, or Grandma would give them to me for a wedding present. So here you can see some of Grandma's embroidery work. There's more around the house. That's just a little settee tablecloth. And that was so pretty, I just couldn't use them. So, how old are they? How long have I been married? Grandma probably worked on these in the year of 1951. Probably. This is just a very old quilt that Grandma gave me, your Grandma Stevens. It's just an old quilt, but it was all made of silk and stuff. So it's not anything special. It's just an old quilt of the day. But it was made out of silk and everything. And I used it, of course, because it was old when she gave it to me. So, well, I guess this looks like a trip from Hawaii. And I don't know what to do with this right at the moment. But it's a little Hawaiian outfit. I guess good for Halloween. What to do with that? Okay. Oh. This got out of a little... This came out of a little... Oh, yeah. I think this might be the original doll outfit.
I think it is.
Of my...
Where is she?
And she's... Oh, yeah, it is. It's her cape, and she's sitting on the doll case.
Mm. Yeah, I recognize that.
Oh, and this is... Now, this is pretty special. I forgot. I thought it was... I'm going to put it in another drawer. Grandma's... I want... You know, you have to have temple clothes, and so... This is a handmade... And I almost wore this out till I made my own.
Mm-hmm.
So I can show you my own sometime, but... well, let's put it up on that. I think Grandma said that this is from Aunt Gertrude. Grandpa's sister made this.
This would be Gertrude Stevens Johnson.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what she said, if I can remember that right. If I didn't, I'm sorry, people up there. And it served me many years going to the Los Angeles Temple before I made my own. So I've never really had a boughten one. I used this one and then I made mine.
Impressive.
Well, maybe I did use a boughten one for a short time, but I don't know. I don't have it. I don't know whose I was using. But anyway, but I made my own. With tatting on it. And I wear it. It's with my temple clothes. So, I'm pretty sure this one was at Gertrude's. Wait till I lay them out, why don't you? They need to be put in a showcase.
I can't even imagine doing one, let alone
Everything smells
two.
like
cedar.
Yeah. And Grandma, I don't know, in my heart I'm a lot like Grandma. Because I love her patterns and things that she does. And they're just so cute. Okay. Those are little knots. I always wanted to be like Grandma, be able to do all these fun things. However, Grandma didn't have a computer to contend with. Grandma would sit every evening. I should show you on that book. She would sit every evening in her chair, and half the day sometimes, working on these things. And watching TV. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
How long do you think it took her to do things like
Oh.
this?
Oh, she'd knock one of these sets out in a month, I'm sure.
And she did all the crocheting?
Yeah. Yep. Talented lady.
And she was an artist.
Oh yeah, we've got her pictures around the
So
house.
we'll do that at another time, but
I don't have her best pictures. I have her throwaways that nobody else wanted, or she gave them to me because she couldn't sell them. Because, that's how she made her extra money, was selling her artwork. So precious, so precious. See, when you go like that, you get two. I don't know what to do with them. Just keep them. dresses. I think that was my baby dress. I think this was, I'm not sure whether this was Tina's or not. Or whose it was. But, oh, this was so much fun. I didn't mind having little girls. Because they had such cute little dresses. But see, that's hand stitched. I think that was mine. I'm not sure, Grandma. Probably. It probably went with this.
That's what I think. These are an outfit right here.
Well, this has the slip under it, though.
Oh, maybe.
If I don't know if I'd have the right slip to it, but it's got it's got the little, this one was probably mine. And the hand stitching, the crochet on the bottom, that was all done by Grandma. And the little ribbon. Anyway, I don't know which dress this other little slip goes to, but it just has a little stitching around it, but it doesn't have the lace on it. But it's an old one. As you guys you didn't get to wear these very long, so. This is another little slip. I'm pretty sure, I'm not pretty sure, but I don't know.
I think that's Dana's.
Okay, I think it was too. I think she took her picture in it while her walking in this one, maybe.
I think that's Dana's.
I know that this probably was. It's that newer material. I don't know if you should I get a colored towel out so you can see them?
No, it is a little hard to see white on white, but I'm getting them okay. I can zoom in on them.
They don't show up very good. Now we put tatting around this one. And I'm not sure whose this is. I just have to say they were my... belong to my... Of course, this is almost the same pattern as this. You know? This is another little slip. Oh, dear, dear, dear. These are the cute little hats. Little jacket to go over the dress. All these little baby things, they don't know what to do. This one was Darling. I don't know who made this. There's another little... They don't make these little things anymore, these little jacket things on the dress. Yeah. Okay, these are your everyday dresses that you would wear, at least girls would wear one every day. And then I would wash once a week, and then I would have all of these little dresses to iron and make you pretty for the next week. But these were your everyday dress. Little white linen dresses. You would be so pretty in them. None of these sleeper things.
Mm-hmm.
And your kids were all so cute. And your dresses.
Must be summertime dresses.
Yeah, you wore them you were born in September, so you wore them all winter, and you just wore them every day. You had on sweaters, and shoes, and socks, and hats. I love these little dresses, because you couldn't wear them very long, so you had to wear them when you were little. And of course, you and Rhonda wore the same ones, because I don't know what those marks are coming from. It makes me mad. See how dainty? This one might have been mine. Mom gave me all mine. Because I don't think you girls had the handwork as much. See, here's another one. No, they were bought that way. That one was bought that way. Oh my gosh. And then around your crib or your pillow, in your little beds or stuff, we had these little pillows. Those are little pillowcases. There's another little pillowcase. See, there's the front of it right there. And we pile these little pillows around you guys. Now you can't put anything around the baby because you'll smother them. So... There's a couple of little pair of shoes that got away from the collection that I have upstairs. These are the boy things, not much to them. Yeah.
Well, I hope that's not. That's pink.
I think it was.
Really?
But it was the shirt and the top and the bottom. I didn't have much left over from the boys. Yeah, those are just boy things. Little tops. Buttoned on. This is the style that my boys had. And pants and tops. That's about it, hon. For here. And we were quite happy that these were, they were making something to keep them dry with. Instead of knitted